It's tempting to think of the history of tabletop role playing games only in the basis of like D&D and company. D&D is certainly the biggest game that's ever been made. It's the one that has managed to pop into pop culture. It is a thing that most people are aware of, and it is the thing that has certainly had the most financial impact and overall impact on its acceptance of tabletop role playing games in society. But it is not the end, or will it ever be the breadth of all of tabletop role playing games. And as much as I love all of the new independent voices that are out there, making other games is not somehow a new and revolutionary thing. Since the earliest days, other people were making role playing games. Some were inspired by D&D, but they changed the rules because they didn't like them. Some were made in response to D&D. They have nothing about the rules that they liked and they wanted to do something completely different. Others are things like Call of Cthulhu, where really didn't have anything to do with D&D. D&D certainly was titanic on the industry, and to a certain extent you can tie all of them to it. Victory games came into existence because the success of Dungeons and Dragons and role playing games actually caused a company that was publishing games to try and get into role playing games. And then they made Victory games, which, among other things, made the James Bond role playing game, which was a competitor to Top Secret. There are a bunch of stories like that from the 70s on. It's tempting to think of it, all of the independent voices as being something new. What is new is that it's cheap to make games. You no longer need to have an entire production office just to make a game. You can make a game at home on your computer. So the explosion of them is new. But there was always independent games being made by people, and those games influenced the design of D&D as they went along, and D&D's growth inspired a lot of their designs. They're not separate things. They always were there. It's not new.